A look here, a live view from the International Space Station, the complex continuing to perform well. The vehicle is traveling at an altitude of 418 kilometers or 226 nautical miles over the Earth. At this vantage point, you can see it's a spectacular view of the Earth, and this is actually an opportunity for many researchers around the world who use the imagery and still photos that are captured by the astronauts on board for their research purposes. As part of that, here at the Johnson Space Center, we have a team of researchers who help to catalog and keep track of all those images, as well as identify valuable photo opportunities for the crew. And one of those team members is Melissa Dawson, again joining us from the JSC Earth Observation Team. Thanks for joining us, Melissa.
Thanks for having me.
So it's April, which is highlighted in a lot by Earth Day, which is April 22nd. And a lot of people credit some of the very first images of Earth with helping to trigger that appreciation for our planet. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we in Earth Obs have been looking at astronaut photography for decades now, and we can learn many things just from looking at the Earth's changes over those years. We study things from changes in a lake bed to coral reefs, glaciers over time, and we can really learn a lot from the crew's photography.
So it's perfect that your team has actually launched a website for the month of April to highlight some of the Crew Earth observation photos and its connection to research on the ground. Can you tell us a little bit about this new website?
Sure. Starting last year, we created special features on our website for Earth Day, and this year we're featuring an Earth Month webpage that we update weekly. On the website, users can read about what CEO has been up to, new subsets for our main gateway to astronaut photography website, and some of our favorite astronaut images over time. A few things we have now are our favorite astronaut tweeted image of the week. I know that Commander Hadfield and Tom Merschberg have tweeted quite a few images, so we pick from those images from their tweeted accounts. And then favorite astronaut image of the week that they have taken just that week alone, and favorite Earth image that astronauts have taken of dynamic events in history.
Yeah, I'm curious. Definitely, Commander Chris Hadfield's Twitter feed and Tom Marshburn, they've just been really immensely popular. Have you guys seen a spike, and has social media impacted the use of these images and getting the public engaged?
Oh, definitely. We love looking at Chris's tweeted images because he does tweet quite a few images every day, and so we have a lot to choose from. And so, they've been very active up there, not just with our target requests when we send them up every day, but on their own. They have a lot of really great images that come down, and so we have a lot to choose from, and social media has definitely played a huge part in astronaut photography and with CEO, and just particularly with Twitter, how people can tweet different images and retweet things, and it's really, we've seen a spike from that in particular.
And I think a lot of people don't know that they can actually access the repository of all those many thousands of photos, and they can search and even get photos of their own hometown or maybe where they were born and see those images from space.
Yes, we have a very large database, like you said, with thousands and thousands of images that the crew has taken from space over the years. We have cataloged several of them, so people can do technical searches for a hometown or different features on the Earth, or we even have more photographs of things that have not yet been cataloged, and that's kind of actually a little segue into what we've created called the Image Detective website, where the user can go through our very large database and start to catalog or geolocate things themselves. And so we can kind of add some more value to these images that have not yet had any geolocation or features identified for them.
Yeah, walk us through that new feature. This is something that the public can sign up for. It's really easy, but can you step us through how that works for folks who might be interested in participating in this Image Detective feature?
Absolutely. Before you can start actually becoming an image detective, you have to earn your badge. And so you go on and you go through a small tutorial, and you can earn your badge by placing or geolocating an astronaut photograph against a map. And once you do that, you find the image location. You can add cloud cover percentage, and if you would like, you can add features and submit that image for approval. And once you have that image approved and make your credentials, which is your username and your password, you will get a badge, and you can start to locate, well, I don't even know how many we have online right now, probably several hundred at least. So we need all of those located, so image detectives, welcome.
Right, there's so many photos now, and we should know, as popular as it is to see these photos from space, especially of cities and locations that mean something to us, they're really more than pretty pictures. They are used by researchers around the world for lots of different analysis and studies and things that help us. Can you talk a little bit about that? Do you have any sense of the scope of how many researchers use these images?
At the moment, we have a little over 30 collaborators from about 20 different institutions all over the world. They can make a particular request for a science site somewhere on Earth, and on a daily basis, we will analyze the crew's orbit tracks to see if they'll be flying over any of our over 300 science sites. And if they are flying over it and the weather is permitting, we'll have them take imagery of that site for us. And we have a great deal of imagery throughout the years that we've been able to forward on to our collaborators, and they've done great research projects with these images. It's not just, PhDs that do this, it's also classrooms, so it really varies on who can use this imagery and what they can do with it.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, Melissa. We definitely want to encourage people to visit that website. It's a really long URL, but I do want to encourage folks to go to our main NASA webpage at www.nasa.gov, and we do have a special Earth Month website and link that's got all sorts of Earth Day relevant applications and features from NASA research that's being done. So that's probably the easiest way to access it. And like you mentioned, the image detective feature program, which is maybe easiest found by just doing an internet search for image detective NASA, and that will bring you to that site as well. So lots of different ways for the public to get more involved and see some of these images and be able to enjoy some of the valuable photography that's captured from the International Space Station. Thanks so much, Melissa.
Thanks, Nicole.